feel too long away. What is there that's left to say? I'm about to suffocate. Angels, demons underway. All the good you see in me is just
totally, man. Just gonna go around us or whatever. We rented the alley today, so it's for our shoot. Fucking asshole. We're gonna make apple crisps. I'll explain all of it when we get back.
Like, stay the distance from me. Walk so close.
Well, you keep backing up, so then I keep going forward.
Because I back up because you're going too close to me.
Listen, takes two. I'm going forward, you're backing up. If you back up, my immediate thing is to go forward. We'll ask this guy if he wants to be in the video. He looks nice. Hey man, you like apple crisp by chance?
won't you knock it off? Been a dog from the very start, barking in the dark, seeing red in the crimson haze, fucking up for days in my bed, put you in a daze, taking me for days, exhausted, bitch I'm sick, make a.
If you guys like the music in this video, and I'm gonna try and use some of his music in the next couple weeks as well. That is my roommate named Blue Cobina. That's always been in my description, link down below. But he's available on all platforms. He's an amazing friend of mine. He's my roommate as well, and he's just like such a talented artist. And even if you don't like hip hop, just give it a listen, see if you like it. Super, super proud of him. So check it out. Today we're making apple crisp. It's a really easy thing to make, but it's kind of a lot to make if you're just a single person or you're just cooking for two people. We're gonna cook the two things separate. When you cook it all together, the apples maybe have a different cook time than the crispy crumble. I think by cooking them separate, we can cook everything perfectly and create a better apple crisp. So yeah, apple crisp, let's get started.
Y'all leave me out of it. No one ever fucking said I was proud of it. Keep on taking on my tongue like a lot of it. Burn the lasher on my head till I'm tired. Take the flames, burn the flowers and you can imagine what it feels like.
Yes.
Epic. Okay, so I didn't measure these things, but I just put them in a bowl to save a little bit of time. This is some untoasted, just raw coconut. These are some completely raw macadamia nuts that I just pulsed into like a little bit of a dust. And then I have, so let's say I have one part this, then I'm gonna do 2 parts of quick oats. A little bit of brown sugar in here, maybe like 1 part, like the same as our macadamia nuts. As always, you don't really gotta measure here. If you like it sweeter, put more sugar. And then I'm gonna pour this, this is just some melted butter. Hopefully this is enough. But essentially what we're doing here is making granola. We're obviously gonna make it a little bit sweeter than regular granola. So just give this a good mix. And then I'm just gonna season it with a pinch of sea salt. And I'm just gonna put about a teaspoon of vanilla extract in here as well. If you're like, I really want to try and make this like a caramel apple crisp more so than the traditional route, which is like the heavy cinnamon vibe. I don't know if this one's going to be better. I just want to try it. I just want to try an apple crisp with no cinnamon and see if it turns out. I think that's why I'm using like macadamia and coconut, like something to lighten it up a little bit. Absolutely, if you want to go like more traditional with the seasoning, you would add some cinnamon, maybe some nutmeg in here as well. And you just want to spread it out kind of into a thinnish layer. Just fill in some of these gaps. Yeah, make it like, I don't know, 1/2 inch thick or so. Put this into an oven, 300 degrees. We're gonna roast it until it's brown. Check on it, like whatever, set a timer on your phone for like every 15 minutes and check on it. We just want that sugar to break down, caramelize, the oats to pick up some color, and we want those macadamia nuts to roast as well, and they'll have a lot more flavor than being raw. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Those people, they fucking hate me next door. Every time I walk home, they see me and they're just like, I locked the, you can see I bent the screen a little bit there because I locked my keys in. I was trying to break in the window. They saw me and they were just like, this dude's a piece of shit. He said, this shit goes dummy.
How do you know that's how he talks? Catch him.
I am, what do you mean catching? I'm fucking catching all 3, dude. So the granola's almost done. It's been cooking like 1/2 hour. So I'm gonna get started on the apples now. I'm gonna peel my apples. Some people don't peel their apples and they make apple crisp. Disgusting to me. Like, just peel your apples. It doesn't take that long. It takes 2 seconds.
Show that brown part.
This is real life. There's brown parts on apples. Oh, I peeled my thumb. Guys? Hey guys, so I peeled my thumb and now I'm bleeding. Okay, so these are peeled. I'm gonna cut around the core. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut these into like, you know, like kind of classic wedges. And we'll just make one at a time right now. So I'm just gonna do 1 apple. I wanna get a pan preheating over medium heat. Now, to cook these apples, we're gonna use pretty healthy amount of butter because we're gonna use the butter that's left in the pan. We're just gonna like basically build a caramel sauce in the pan with the apples cooking in there. Yeah, I know, it looks like a lot of butter, and it is. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of brown sugar as well. And this brown sugar will melt and combine with that butter. This is kind of a really quick caramel, and I like brown sugar because it has flavor. Like white sugar, you have to develop the flavor by caramelizing it. Brown sugar has molasses in it, which has flavor. So to me, this is like a way faster, foolproof caramel that you don't have to worry about like using a candy thermometer, etc. So now that they're like up to temp, I'm gonna turn the heat down and let those just kind of like cook in that caramel. Just to really elevate it, I'm gonna finish it with a little bit of cream, a pinch of salt. Not enough to make it a salted caramel. When we plate it, we'll add some salt to make it taste like a salted caramel. But right now, the salt is just to bring out the flavor of the apples. I feel them with my spoon and I can almost push into them. So I'm just gonna go in with like a tablespoon or two of whipping cream. It's like almost butterscotch apples, and you get all this extra sauce. I find when you do the apple crisp and you like do the whole thing, you put it in the pan, you cook it for an hour because you want that top to get so crisp. But then what sucks is the apples to me are always like so mushy, and they're just like this mushy cinnamony mess. The apples are like about 90% where I like them. So I'm just gonna turn the heat off and they'll carry over cook in that. I like to season my caramel at the end with just a little bit of vanilla. So I'll just do another teaspoon of vanilla in here. Be careful if you're gonna taste your caramel. Hot sugar is like, will burn you. Vanilla ice cream out. This is just store-bought vanilla ice cream. If you got an ice cream machine, want to make your own ice cream, feel free, but I don't, so. Okay, so we're just gonna get everything ready to plate. Our little butter, macadamia nut, and coconut granola is all finished. Beautiful caramel poached apples that are like perfectly cooked. Also, what's nice about this is you can control your ratio a little bit better than cooking this like 3 inches of apples and then just a little bit of crisp. To me, it's like not enough. I really like the crispy aspect. I'm gonna plate this one kind of nice because I'm trying to get a good thumbnail and Instagram photo. But I'm just gonna lay my apples down. And I'll just take a little bit of this caramel and make sure that there's a healthy amount as you eat it. And everything is nice and warm still. So you just want to make sure that, like, you know, if you're trying to plate this nice too, just make sure it looks absolutely perfect before you put your ice cream on, so you're not wiping the plate with ice cream running all over the place. And then just before I go on with my ice cream, I'm just gonna do a pinch of flaked sea salt. I really love like salty and sweet, and especially with caramel and apples, I think it just works. And put a scoop of that on top. Do a little bit more here. And I'm just gonna do a little bit more granola crumb on the ice cream. That's what I like about doing it. That's why I think this is kind of a good idea, is you can control all this. So you like a little bit of extra caramel on here. Hit it on the ice cream too. We got caramel, we got ice cream, we got all the elements of apple crisp, but a little bit more controlled, and we're not left with a ton of leftovers. I'm gonna taste it. Holy fuck, that is good. Jesus, that's actually twisted. That is so good. Okay, so I was wondering if not putting cinnamon in apple crisp is going to affect it negatively, because I've always been like, oh, is cinnamon maybe too much? But that hits just like a normal apple crisp. Like I don't miss the cinnamon in that at all. I actually taste the macadamia nuts and I taste the coconut a little bit. It's so like resemblant of apple crisp. It doesn't taste like you're not eating apple crisp. Granola is amazing. Apples are cooked so perfectly, and the vanilla ice cream obviously just cools it all down. A little bit of salt in there is like, to me, is amazing, but if you don't like salty and sweet, like obviously omit that. This isn't like to gas myself up or anything, but like that is the best apple crisp I think I've ever had. Oh, I swear this is the last bite. Like if you actually really think, be dead honest, you don't have to gas me up. Have you ever had an apple crisp that good?
Never.
Me either. I'm not joking.
We're staying in all weekend and eating this.
I'm fucking making, I'm roasting all this. The minute that camera's off, this is going in the oven. We're going to pick up fucking 8 more apples. This is melting our brains. We've been trying to film an outro for fucking 20 minutes. Let me know if you have any classic dishes that you want to see reworked, and we'll see if we can elevate them. So yeah, if you could do any of the YouTube stuff, obviously I always appreciate it. I mean, if you're watching to this point, you've already done it. You've already watched the video. If you want to do a little bit more, you can like the video, you can comment, or you can even subscribe, you know? Really trying to get to 1,000, so yeah. But in the meantime, we'll keep making videos. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Give me shit.